Skyrim, you're interrupting my podcast, mister. This week on the Do Better podcast, I am addressing adulthood. It's a vague topic, but it is something that does seem to generate a lot of stress in young adults that are trying to start out on their own for the first time. So what is adulthood? Oxford Dictionary defines it as the practice of behaving in a way characteristic of a responsible adult, especially the accomplishment of mundane but necessary tasks. We all know that home economic classes have been on the decline for decades, but an NPR article cites that between 2002 and 2012, there was a 38% decrease in home economic class offerings. And that puts millennials at such a disadvantage when moving out as compared to generations that came before. While researching for this episode, I came across a show that's streaming on Hulu called Basic Skills Challenge. They challenge 50 participants each episode to take on a simple task that maybe not everyone actually knows how to do. And it got me thinking, can I de-seed a pepper? Can I separate an egg? Let's find out. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to de-seed this pepper. Now what I'm thinking, in theory, we cut around the core. If we pull that out, that might bring the seeds with it. Let's see. I believe this is a paring knife. And I'm just cutting around. Let's see if this pulls out now. It seems pretty attached. Oh, but I'm on to something, because all the seeds are in the center. Alright. You just gotta cut the roots. Maybe if you twist. Uh-oh. How do I get this? It's unattached. There's gotta be an easier way, though, to get the top out. There's a lot of seeds in there. But, if you spray this out, I think you would find that I have successfully de-seeded the pepper. Alright, so let's see if we can separate this egg. Now, I think I know how to do it. My execution might not be great. I'm not even great at cracking an egg, honestly. Okay. So the egg is cracked. I'm going to try to open it and gently let the yolk... Oh. Well, as you can see, I did not successfully separate the egg. So I wanted to get feedback from my followers on Facebook about what sorts of life skills they may be lacking training in. And here are a few of the things that they listed. Number 1, finances. From being able to make informed financial decisions, to filing taxes, to investment accounts and retirement, many feel they are ill-prepared to deal with their finances. Number 2, handmade crafting. People felt unprepared when it comes to sewing or building things or even cooking. Number 3, a lot of people felt that they should have been taught some form of self-defense. And number 4, which is something that I never considered but find actually really interesting. People wish that they were informed on non-US history that was taking place during their lifetime. Surely this is a national issue where we only learn about what's going on here, but people really should know what's going on in the rest of the world during their lifetime. Now, all of these things are something that I have struggled with, or maybe that I am still struggling with today. But if I'm going to stay true to my do better philosophy, I need to take responsibility for the things that I don't understand and get around to learning them. Both the internet and the public library are fantastic resources to help you with self-led learning. Then I posed another question on Facebook. one which its responses kind of surprised me. I asked if my followers found adulting to be difficult. I expected the responses to fall back to those essential life skills that people felt unprepared for. But the responses were more emotional than that. The responses described adulting as lonely, exhausting, and overwhelming. And they described coming to a point in your life where you have no one to fall back on. No one is going to save you. So maybe more importantly than teaching people how to do tasks, we should be investing in the emotional stability of young people, because it certainly does get hard. And prior to one's mid-20s, the frontal lobe, the decision-making cortex of the brain, is still underdeveloped. This kind of stress and anxiety can cause a young person to make terrible decisions. So my advice to a young adult that is in that place right now is to maybe seek out some therapy or even life coaching. Personally, I've been through a little bit of therapy and listened to a whole lot of life coaching. And most importantly, I've created a circle of support of friends and family that I can fall back on. They do have me no matter what. But there's a lot of work in self-improvement that needs to take place before you can come to that place of emotional stability. But to end things on a more positive note, I do believe in us. Us young people that are trying to survive and also find our place in the world. We're tough, and I believe that together we can survive adulting. This is episode 6 of the Do Better podcast. Follow me on Facebook and YouTube. Please leave your thoughts and some positivity in the comment section. As always, please share with your friends. Thanks for watching.